So I forgot about this. This engine has this old style stator on it, which is a piece of crap, and old style flywheel. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to upgrade it to take a new stator, which is this style stator here, 15 amp stator. This here is actually supposed to have like probably the trigger ignition in it, breakerless ignition. So I'm going to take this off, and I think that I'm going to get lucky and this is going to fit right on this bearing plate in the same spot, so I can reuse this bearing plate. A lot of times you need a different bearing plate, but before I put this on, I'm going to actually spray it down with some CRC electrical contact cleaner and try to clean it up a little bit, but it should be okay. This one's not working, it's dead, so we're going to junk this old one and put on the new style, call it a day. See what we got here. So just have 4 screws here, and these are not the correct screws, by the way. Somewhere I actually bought a new bearing plate to replace this with, because I thought that this had a different style bearing plate in it. And we'll take this out. We'll see what we got. I'm pretty sure that this one actually will work with what I've got here. If not, I have another bearing plate, but unfortunately it's not here. It's at a different location. So let's see if we can get this out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a rig job. So well, there's one screw up here that we got to take out also. Actually, I have another 14 horse over here that has the new style bearing plate on it. So what we'll do is we'll just go look at that one and see if it's correct what we're doing here. So there you go. You take that little screw out, bam, they're out. And if I wanted to see if that new stator fit on here, I mean, I can hold it on here. I'm pretty sure this is correct. Yeah, this has to be the right bearing plate. All the screws line up perfectly. These are not the right screws. Somebody has these. They're kind of like got this tapered head on there. They shouldn't. There should be a flat head. But we can probably just find some new screws. But this bearing plate says 4515602. Let's go check out the other one. Alright, so I've got 2 other bearing plates, and they're both different. This one has an old part number. It starts with a 2. The other one is different, but I'm sure it will be fine. And you also notice that on the stator itself, this one has 2 blanks in it, and the other one doesn't have those 2 blanks. And this is actually out of my 814, this one here. Okay, so here's what it is. The one I have is a 20 amp stator, which has no blanks in it. A 15 amp stator, you can see, has 2 blanks in it. They both use the same voltage regulator, so I'm cool with that. But I definitely have the 20 amp stator. And I assume that it's this one that says new style because it's not blue. The old engines over there both have the blue 15 amp old style stator. So let me see if we can get it together and we'll go from there. Alright, so I got the new stator cleaned up and ready to put on. So I sprayed it with the CRC electric cleaner. I tested it to make sure that it doesn't have a short to ground, which it doesn't. So we should be ready to install 20 amps of badass to this freaking thing. Let's see, I'll put this little clip one on here. Get that started so I don't lose it. And yeah, this is going to be a nice improvement over an alternator that doesn't work, which obviously doesn't do much good if it doesn't even work, you know. Where's my flat blade screwdriver? Where'd it go? Here it is. So let's see here. Get that going. And as far as the screws go, let me see what happens if I put one of these in. I might just have to use them because I don't seem to have any other screws that are the right size. Yeah, it'll be okay. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not coming out anywhere. And all right, so yeah, we'll get this going. And I think it'll be in pretty good shape, you know. Let's see. All right, you get the idea. Good enough. All right, so that's our new stator. Tighten up this a little bit more. And a new bearing plate. Now, I'd really like to get one of these electronic crank triggers that Brian Miller has from GardenTractorPullingTips.com. It mounts over here on here and it points at the flywheel. I'd really like to try that on a Kohler someday. Maybe this machine can be the guinea pig, but we're going to put it together with points first, and we can experiment at another time. Alright, so I got a little bit of a fail. I forgot that to bolt the bearing plate on, you can't have the stator on. So I've got to pull that back off again, put the bearing plate on, check the end play of the crankshaft, and then we'll put our rod and our piston in and our valves. Alright, so I got it together here, and I don't have any crankshaft end play at all. I got 0. So I take it apart and see what I got in there for a gasket, and we'll see if we can make it thinner. Oops, dropped that one on the floor. Let's see. Now what I'm going to do is, these are some new gaskets here. I'm going to measure the thickness in there. Oh, hold on, let me zero this thing out. Alright, there we go, zero it out. So they're about 1.5 thousandths thick, so, well, this is kind of a crappy thing, but, so it says here, check crankshaft end play between the inner bearing race and shoulder of crankshaft using feeler gauge, whatever. It says here it should be between 3 thousandths and 20 thousandths. That's a really big gap. That's kind of crazy that'd be so big, but 3 thousandths is not much at all. So question is, like, do I just take basically like maybe 2 gaskets and put it together and see where we're at, you know, because I got 0 right now, so I could get to 3 thousandths with one of those since it was 15 thousandths thick. So let's see.